All right, so remember, I'm not going to hear anything. If you're asking me questions, you're going to have to put it in the chat on the side, and Julia will be answering the whole time. Before we get started, I want to make sure everybody has a cup of water, paper towel. You should have 2 brushes. You should have blue, black, green, pink, gray, and brown. So make sure all those colors are in front of you. All right, so this is our first virtual online canvas painting. Let me just see here. So I'm glad you guys can join us. You have 2 brushes. One brush is going to be big, one brush is going to be a little smaller. The big brush should be square. The small brush may be square and round. It doesn't matter as long as it's smaller. And we're actually going to start with the smaller brush today. So what I'm going to have everybody do first is with their smaller brush, you're going to take a very little bit of the gray paint and we're going to sketch the koala bear. So we're just sketching, so we do not need a lot of paint. So what we'll do for the head, we're going to do the head first. The bottom of the head should be right in the center of the canvas. So we're going to put a circle. You're going to make a circle. Make sure the bottom of your head is right in the center of the canvas. Remember, it's just a sketch. It's not going to look like anything yet. All right, so everybody should have this circle for the head. And then we're going to need the body, which is going to be another circle, but watch me first, don't do anything yet. Again, you're going to take a very little bit of the gray paint, and we're going to make another circle, but we're going to move that circle a little bit more to the right. And that circle should also be a little bigger, because that's going to be his body. All right, and you guys can see it's very lightly sketched. Do not fill anything in yet. So now you should just have 2 circles on your canvas. All right, now we're going to sketch the arms and the leg. Same thing, very little bit of paint on the brush. And we're just going to add a little arm for now. And his foot. And we're going to go back and fix that later. It's just a sketch. All right, so you should have your head, your body, your arm, and your foot. I'm going to give you guys a minute to just catch up. Remember, don't fill anything in yet. Just the sketch for now. I'm going to tell you when to fill it in. And while you guys are catching up, Julia, do I still have you unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. So Julia and I were talking the other night, and we were talking about virtual birthday parties. And I wanted to know what you guys thought of that. After this lesson, you guys can let us know or put it in the chat. Just trying to put together a Canvas virtual birthday since we all can't get together. It would be the canvas painting lesson, a cupcake, maybe 10 of your friends, and you guys can let us know what you think about that. All right, everybody should be caught up we're going to use the big brush now. So put the brush, the small brush back in the water. And now we're going to use the big brush. So for the big brush, you're going to take gray paint again. Now we're going to fill in the koala. Start with his head. And fill in the whole circle. And remember, a little paint goes a long way. So you want to spread that paint out. Also, if you have too much paint, it won't dry. So make sure it's nice and smooth. And we're going to do the same thing on the body, on the bottom. Fill it in. Fill it in, make sure it's nice and smooth. All right, before we go to another color, we're going to fill in his arm. And his foot. So even though your koala is filled in, it's not going to look like a koala yet. So don't panic. Still doesn't look like anything. Just make sure it's nice and smooth, there's no bumps. This way it dries nice and quick and you can go on to the next step. All right, when you're ready, just hold your brush. Because we're going to add his ears. So same thing, same gray paint. We're going to add his ears on the side, kind of like an arch, like a rainbow. 1, 2. And you can fill those in. And then once that's filled in, you can put your brush in the water and leave it there for now. See everybody working so hard. I think we're all caught up. Thank you, Teddy.
My dog was just barking too.
All right, so we are going to outline the branch of the tree next. So to do that, you're going to go back to your smaller brush. Leave your big brush in the water, smaller brush, and we're going to take some brown. And again, we're just outlining for now. And we're going to make a line, but we want the koala to look like he's sitting on the tree. So we're going to make the line sideways, right to about the middle of his arm. And same thing on the bottom. So you should have one line. Make sure you're going around your koala. Do not go through your koala. And then we'll put another line for the other side of the branch. Now we should have two lines, and we're going to add one more piece on the bottom here. Just like there's a little branch or twig coming out. All right, we're not going to fill that in yet. For now, you're going to put that small brush back in the water. And we're going to take the big brush back out. Make sure that big brush is clean and dry. Because we're going to move to the background. So once your brush is clean and dry, we're going to take the blue and we're going to do the background of the canvas. So all around the koala bear and around your tree, you're going to paint all this blue. Now this part's going to take you a few minutes, and that's fine. We're going to wait for everybody to catch up. If you need to use the small brush to get in these little areas, you can do that as well, as long as the whole background is blue. If you do hit your koala bear, don't worry. We're going to outline him with black later. You'll be able to go over that. All right, so I'm gonna wait for you guys to catch up. I'll give you a few minutes because this part can be time consuming. Take your time. When you are done, if you can hold up your canvas a little bit so I can see. Make sure you're done first though. And make sure you put your brushes back in the water. So right now your koala bear should be filled in. Your background should be filled in. You should have your tree, but your tree should not be filled in yet. So this is our first virtual canvas lesson. Is this anyone's first time painting a canvas? Look at Olivia. I see Olivia working hard. Oh, who's holding that up? Vincent? Joseph? Very good. You painted your tree.
They're upset they painted the tree.
That's
but
okay. I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
You guys painted your tree. That's okay. We're going to go over it. Any mistakes you make, we can fix. Daniela, I see her holding hers up. Brianna, looking good. All right, I think we're ready to move on with the tree. So we're gonna go back to our big brush. And we're going to take brown and we're going to fill in the tree. So we're going to fill in the branch on the side and the whole tree here. Remember, go around your koala. And if you need to go back to the small brush to get in the hard places here, you can do that. Just make sure it's dry. All right, so you have your koala, background is done, tree is filled in. And once we're all caught up, we're going to move on to his face. Hello, James. All right, for his face, small brush, nice and dry, and we're going to take black, and we'll start with his eyes first, 2 circles. And you can fill them in. And then we're going to do his nose. His nose is going to be kind of like a pear shape. So we're going to start by making a triangle. And then as you fill it in, we're going to make the edges, the sides of the triangle, you're going to make them round. All right, you got your two eyes, pear-shaped nose, and we're gonna give him a little smile. All right, so your koala should have his eyes, his nose, his mouth. And before we move on to the next part, if you guys want to clean your water, since we just used all that black, your water might be a little dirty. If you want to go clean it out and get fresh water, we're going to let that dry for a minute. All right, if you can, able to hold it up so I can see how everybody's doing. Looking good.
Wow, very nice, everybody.
All right, so if you need to change your water, maybe get a new paper towel. All right, so while I'm waiting for everybody to catch up, I want to show you guys the plaster kits we've been selling through our website of sprinkleoffun.com. And one of my favorite pieces was the parrot. He's new. And these pieces are $10 online. They come with the paint, the brush. You guys can do your painting, put it up on Facebook, Instagram. We've been trying to share everybody's pictures. If anybody's has one at home they want to show, you can hold it up. Some of the kids weren't running.
Kelly said that she got the unicorn and her brother got the car.
Okay. Oh, I see a bird, a flower. I see a rainbow.
Wow, guys, those look so nice.
Elmo. Oh, Ninja Turtle.
I see Pikachu too.
Yeah, Pikachu. Looking good. All right. Sorry guys, bear with me. This is my first time using this. Here we go. Okay. All right, so now we are going to start adding some details on our koala bear's face. So you can see here how we have the white fur on the sides. We're going to start adding that in now around his eyebrows. We're going to be adding in his ears. So let's start with the ears first. What you're going to do for the ears is take the little brush and make sure it's dry. And we're just going to dip very little bit of white. See what I did here? Very little bit. You're going to dip it in the white and then dip it in the pink. And we're just going to fill in the middle of his. And the reason we did that is because the pink I gave you guys was a little too dark, so I just wanted to lighten it up a little bit. All right, so and then you can clean the brush and dry it on the paper towel. And we're going to start adding his fur around his ears and around his face. But I want you to look at how much paint I'm taking. So we don't want to put too much paint on the brush. There's very, very little paint on this brush right now, white. And we're going to go around the ears, and we're just going to make little lines around his ears. And now this side, very light. And we're going to do the same thing around his face. So same thing around his face. And now we're going to go around his body. We'll start by his back. Just a few little white lines going around. Same thing with his arm. Now when we get to his leg, we don't really have a line here yet to show where his leg is going to be. So we're going to do that now. We're going to take the white and we're just going to make a line here to show where his leg will be. It's kind of like a rainbow, like an arch right on his belly. So he should have little white lines all around his body, all around his head, all around his ears for his fur. And we're going to also add a few lines above his eyes, kind of like giving him little eyebrows. And then once you're done with that part, you can clean your brush. We're still going to be using the small brush. Next week I will have to lead my dog home. See you making funny faces there, James. All right, so now we're going to move on to the leaves. So we're going to take green. Remember, we're still using the small brush. Nice and dry, we're going to take green and we're going to add some leaves on the top. And on the side, it's okay if you put 2, if you put 3, whatever you have room for. And you can fill those in. And we're also going to put some on the bottom as well. If you have room for 1, that's fine. If you have room for 2. Everybody's painting is going to look a little different. All right, so you can see, there we go. I put some leaves on top, on the side, on the bottom, again, whatever you have room for. going to give everybody a minute to finish their leaves before we start outlining everything. Who was holding that up? Anthony, was that you? Very good. Remember, if you guys joined in late, some of you joined in late, you can always go to the Facebook Live and you can rewind a bit to see what you missed. And the video will also be up later if you guys wanted to watch it again. Alright, so for the next part, we're going to start outlining everything with black. So we're going to take small brush again, nice and dry. And we're going to be using the flat side of our brush. So you kind of want to hold the brush maybe like a pencil, using the brush long ways, so you can get a nice thin line. Because we're going to take black. And we're going to start outlining his ears and head first, but we don't want to make one straight line. We want it to look like fur. So same thing we did with the white, we're going to do that with the black.
Make sure you guys don't put too much paint on the brush because you don't want the black paint to drip down the koala, okay?
A little bit of paint's going to go a long way. And if you need more, you could always pick up a little more. So the top of his head, we can make one line. On the sides, by his ears, we're going to make little lines so it looks like fur. And we're going to do the same thing around his cheeks here. And we can go around his arm. And his belly and his back. So you can see it's not just a straight line, it's all little lines, make it look like fur. And now we're going to go around his leg here, same thing. And his foot. All right, now for the next part, we're going to take more black, same brush, and we're going to go around the tree. Looking good, Anthony. We're going to go around the tree, and we're going to go around the leaves. Outline the leaves as well with the black. You can do that two ways. You can do one solid line around the leaf, or you can do like we did with the fir, little lines. All right, so your tree should be outlined, your leaves should be outlined, your koala bear should be completely outlined. And I'm going to give you guys a minute to catch up. Can I have that canvas? And we're going to try and do these kids' lessons every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. For next week, we're going to be doing the dragonfly. And if you guys go online and place your order by Friday, there's a code you guys can put in to save 10%. It's Dragonfly 2020, no space. And you guys can put that in for your order next Wednesday. So we have the kids lesson next Wednesday, and we're going to try and do that every Wednesday, and every other Thursday we're going to try to put together a ladies' night for ladies canvas painting, adult canvas painting, and you guys can find all that information on asprinkleoffun.com. All right, everybody should be caught up with their outlining. And now for the last step, we are going to add the white dot in the koala's eyes. So you're going to take your small brush, turn it upside down, and dip that in the white. I'm just going to put one white dot in each eye. So you'll have a little white dot in each eye. And that's it, you guys completed your masterpiece. If you can hold them up, when you're finished so I can take a look. Let me see Olivia. Oh, Olivia looks so good. Madison. Ariana, I see.
Wow, they all look really
Yeah.
good.
So I hope you guys had fun today. And also comment on how we did. Like I said, this is our first time. If you thought we went too fast, if you thought we went too slow, was there enough paint? Anything you guys want to say, just let us know. And make sure you take your canvas photos and share with us online on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'm gonna have Julia now pick the winner for our raffle, and we'll bring it to you guys this week.
Yes, I have it.
So who do we have?
My phone random generator is doing it.
Oh,
All right. We have Kyle.
Kyle? Oh,
Yes.
I see hands up in the air.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yep, all right. So we're gonna bring
7 years.
we're gonna bring this to you this week, probably Thursday or Friday, all right, Kyle? All right, guys, I hope you had fun.
Bye guys, thank you. If you have
Bye,
any-
thank you. Remember, if you want to go back later and touch anything up, you can watch the video. We're gonna have it up probably in about an hour or two, and you guys can go back and watch and touch up your paintings if you like.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, guys, thank you.